Média 24 reçoit en ce moment son deuxième invité sur son plateau qu'elle a délocalisé à l'occasion de la deuxième édition du Forum international sur la santé numérique organisé aujourd'hui à Casablanca par la Fondation Mohamed VI des sciences et de la santé. J'ai avec moi donc sur le plateau le professeur Shafi Ahmed, chirurgien, primé à de multiples reprises, entrepreneur et enseignant, qui a enseigné dans des écoles prestigieuses comme Harvard ou encore Imperial College London. Professor Shafi Ahmed, we're certainly pleased by your presence today among us.
I'm pleased to be here. Thank you so much.
First question, I know this is your second participation in the eHealth Forum. What is the experience like this year?
So I'm really excited to be here on the second visit to Morocco for the eHealth Forum. Thank you so much for the kind invitation and the hospitality, of course, from the Moroccan people, who are by far the most amazing people that I've met. So last year was the first eHealth Forum, and there's a lot of energy, enthusiasm. Also, they're setting out the strategy of what health could look like in the future. Second year, there's more people. It's a larger event. It's double the size of last year. There's more energy, more enthusiasm, more startups, more innovators. So I'm seeing the fact that they sowed the seeds last year, and now seeing the benefits of building an ecosystem of digital innovation across Morocco. So very excited to be here. I'm seeing great breakthroughs also in the world of innovation in Morocco.
That's great. Professor, you're taking part today of the panel, The Future of Medical Training, Exploring AI Telesimulation Application. What is the state of the medical training today, Professor, and how can it be improved throughout AI and telesimulation application?
So if we look at the way we're training our future doctors, and of course this is a university here that trains doctors over a 6-year program, the curriculum is rather old-fashioned, not just here in Morocco, but across the world. The way we teach is also changing. If you go back a few years, we were using paper and books, for example. That's how I learnt when I was at medical school. It wasn't so long ago. We moved on from that to kind of e-health and e-learning. Therefore, we're learning from online platforms. And we're doing some simulation on mannequins, etc. The next third kind of window, if you like, of education are the new technologies like AI, that's artificial intelligence, is AR and VR, augmented virtual reality, what we call extended reality. So there are now new technologies available to us to change the paradigm of training.
Such as?
So look, we mentioned virtual reality. So imagine now doing simulation in virtual worlds, or in the metaverse, as we call it. And I'll be speaking later today about the metaverse that we've created, virtual worlds. You can create virtual avatars, have virtual teachers, and learn. Also, I think AI is really big. AI is going to power learning and education by having personalized learning assistants. So you have an AI assistant allowing you to learn across different sectors and acquire knowledge. The AI would help you understand your behavior, your experience, and allow you to performance mark yourself with AI. So these kind of technologies are coming in, and they're now going to kind of coalesce together to allow us to reshape the future of education. I think it's essential. The students of today are young. They're digital natives. They understand technology, and they want to use these technologies to enhance their learning performance. And we have a kind of a barrier. Old-fashioned learning, old-fashioned surgeons, doctors and medical professionals who don't want to change, who are resistant, and the new generation who are looking for change. So at some point we have to adapt as senior people in medical schools to say, how do we adapt to new ways of learning? How do we encourage people to learn in new ways? That's going to be the dilemma for a lot of people. I think it will disrupt education. We need to disrupt education. We can't carry on as we are, because the future generation of doctors demand that we do things differently and ask for new ways of learning.
So the future doctor needs to know how to manipulate technology today. It's a must.
Yeah, partly. Imagine the future doctor, in my opinion, isn't just about medicine. What I've seen now, doctors of tomorrow are different breed to how we train. Look, we trained for hundreds of hours a week, working in hospitals, working at medical school, learning a lot of knowledge. The new generation is saying, we're not going to work 100 hours a week anymore. We want quality of life. We want a work-life balance. We want to travel. We want what's called portfolio careers, having 2 or 3 jobs. We want to be entrepreneurs, for example. They are wanting different skill sets. What we're not doing is supplying those skill sets at the medical school level. So the medical school needs to change and evolve to allow it to flourish, to allow the new generation of medical students to be satisfied they are getting the right knowledge. So for example, if a patient comes today and says to a medical student, what do you know about AI? The student hasn't been trained or taught around the ethics of AI, for example. That needs to be embedded at the medical school. It's important as anatomy, and AI is as important as any other subject now. So you've got to change the curriculum. So what I did a few years ago at our medical school, I introduced a course called the X program, where I taught our students, all students in the 3rd year, on innovation, technology, entrepreneurship. We taught them how to design a business, how to think of an idea, create an idea, use their creative spirits, if you like, and then create a business idea and then pitch it to a Dragon's Den so they could spend time working on that product or the project in the summer. So think outside the box. Because also we're creating future leaders. What are future leaders today? They're digital, they're innovators, they're entrepreneurs. They want to design healthcare in a different way. And we have to give them the skill sets required to be able to do that going forward.
I have a question, Professor Ahmed. Can the doctors of tomorrow be replaced by the AI? Can we see that coming one day?
Yeah, it's a good question. Often you get asked the question, will AI replace doctors? It clearly won't. But what AI will do is allow us to augment our practices. It'll help us, it'll support us through clinical training, through clinical practice. AI will be in part and parcel of our everyday lives for patient consultation, for dictation, for managing an electronic health record, for post-op follow-up, for example. All of those things, AI will help us. And physicians need to engage with AI, need to understand the use cases, the limitations, the advantages, and what AI might mean for society as a whole. They need to equip themselves with the knowledge required to use AI effectively and safely. And so the question about AI replacing doctors, no, but doctors who don't use AI,
they will disappear.
Will be clearly replaced fairly quickly, because you have to engage and adopt those new ideas. Otherwise, you become obsolete.
That's really beautifully said. Last question, Professor. What are your recommendations? Because we're talking today about e-health. What are your recommendations to develop e-health, which is today a necessity for all countries, in a country such as Morocco?
So Morocco has a unique position in Africa as a continent. It's one of the biggest countries in terms of GDP. It's quite a powerful country compared to others. And I spent a lot of time traveling in Africa. I teach at South Africa at the business school, for example. So Morocco is unique in that sense. It also has, from last year's experience, it has the government that assigned themselves to a strategy of transformation. So I think they are leaders and they can almost think outside the box. What I like about countries like Morocco is they can look to the Western world and say, actually, we can leapfrog you. We don't have to design healthcare based on the West. And healthcare systems in the West are broken fundamentally. And I come from the UK, for example. So Moroccans say, actually, we've learned from other countries in the West. Can we do things differently? Can we think outside the box? Can we think exponentially? Can we leapfrog and design a healthcare system that's fit for 2024 and 2030 for our population with our demographics, using technology as the interface? So I think Morocco's got unique opportunity to think outside the box. What I'm impressed with here is the energy with the innovators, the kind of the early adopters. We've got universities engaging into incredible technologies. For example, I came here 2 years ago and I went to one of the universities who had an extended reality, a VR center, which was unusual. I haven't seen it anywhere else. But Morocco said, we're going to build a center of XR and see where it goes. So they do think outside the box. You have the capability, the technical expertise. You also have a workforce that's ready, and you have a visionary kind of leadership. Hopefully they will come together to allow Morocco to be a beacon of innovation. I wrote a post on social media saying, is Morocco the beacon of innovation in Africa?
Oh, you did?
Why can't it be?
Why can it be? And I am sure that Morocco is going to be that. Thank you so much, Professor, for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much for the answers. Chers téléspectateurs Medjam 24, je vous prie de rester avec nous parce que notre couverture du IeHealth 2024 se poursuit.